Hey, what is up guys? How's it going? I'm Eric from Womp Gaming HD, and today I'm bringing you guys the first video in my new Hypothetical build series. Before we get started, there are a few things I need to go over, so bear with me for a minute. I decided to start this series off with a bang by finding the parts to build the most expensive PC possible. Remember that I don't know all the PC parts on the market, so there may be some parts that are even more expensive, but I didn't include them in this video because I simply don't know about them. Anyway, this PC is $50,000. Well, it's actually $49,130, but I rounded up, so whatever. To clear up any confusion, if I had $50,000, I would not build this PC. This is purely just a hypothetical build. Plus, with that kind of money, there are many other things I'd spend it on, like a soda and popcorn at the movie theater. Just a heads up, I will be going over some of the key features of the parts included in this build, but there will be a chart on the left side of the screen with the rest of the information. Now I know what you're wondering. Will this PC be able to handle Minecraft? And to be honest, it will be able to run it on low settings, but if you want to max out the settings or play other graphically intensive games such as Gmod, you may need a more powerful machine. So, without any further delay, here are the parts you will need to build this beast of a computer. For the CPU, we are going with dual Intel Xeon E5-2697 version 2s. These are $2,580 each, or about $5,160 total. The Intel Xeons are the most expensive and best processors of my knowledge. These processors are designed to be used for servers, but they will work amazingly for anything you can think of. Each of these CPUs has 12 cores, and since there are 2 of them, there is a total of 24 cores. These CPUs have an operating frequency of 2.7 GHz each, but put both of them together, and you're getting 5.4 GHz. They each have 30 megabytes of L3 cache, so that's 60 megabytes combined. Keep in mind that the chart you are seeing on the left of the screen only has the specs for one individual CPU, not the 2 combined. This will continue throughout the video, so remember that the chart you are seeing is only for one part, even if we are going to use multiple parts. This is kinda confusing, but I think you get the point. For the memory, we are going with 24 32GB sticks of Kingston RAM. These come in packs of 4 32GB sticks, so we are going to need 6 of them. They cost $3,300 each, or about $19,800 total. So, since we have 24 32GB sticks, that means there's a total of 768 GB of RAM. This RAM is DDR3, which means it's super fast, and since it is server RAM, it is expected to be insanely fast. Also, since it's server RAM, it's also ECC memory. ECC stands for Error Correcting Code Memory. This memory system tests and corrects any errors in memory without the processor or the user being aware of it. For the motherboard, we are going with the Super Micro MBD X9DR3 LN4F Plus-0. This motherboard is going to cost you $530. It has all the important things we need, such as 24 memory slots, dual CPU sockets, and etc. But it does lack some key features like USB 3 compatibility and onboard audio. Since my intentions are to make this the most expensive PC possible and not the best or most practical, I figured this motherboard would fit the best for this video. For the power supply, we are going with the Corsair AX1500i. The PSU is going to cost you $450. The Corsair AX1500i is the absolute best power supply on the market. Period. It has an 80+ titanium rating, which is the highest possible rating. It's fully modular, and it has an amazing build quality, which makes it virtually indestructible. Since this is the Corsair AX1500i, it is 1500 watts, which is plenty to power everything in this build and more. For the graphics cards, we are going with 3 Nvidia Quadro K6000s. These cost $4,500 each, or about $13,500 total. If you're wondering why we're going with 3 of them and not 4, it's because we only have room for 3 on this motherboard. Although there are 4 PCI Express slots, one of them will be covered up by one of the graphics cards, making it unable to be used. I could have gone with a motherboard that lets us use 4 graphics cards, but I couldn't find one that held the same amount of RAM, and it would end up being less expensive. Anyway, these graphics cards are the most expensive ones that I've come across. These cards are 12 gigabytes each, and they are sure to get you the absolute best graphics and frame rates. For the storage, we are going with 13 512 gigabyte Samsung 840 Pro Series SSDs. These cost $370 each, or about $4,810 total. Since we have 13 of these 512 gigabyte SSDs, we are going to have 6.656 terabytes, or about 6,656 gigabytes total storage. These are the absolute best SSDs because they have the fastest read and write speeds that I've come across. Their read speed is 540 gigabytes per second, and the write speed is 520 gigabytes per second. Overall, these aren't just expensive SSDs, they also perform extremely well. Next, we are going to be water cooling every part in this build that is possible to water cool. I didn't make a list of all the water cooling parts we're going to need, but I did some rough estimates, and it came out to about $5,000. Now, we are going to be putting all this stuff into the Cooler Master Cosmos 2. This case costs $330. This is an Ultra Tower PC case, so it is huge and will definitely have enough space to fit all our parts and more. Although I wish this case had a side panel window so we are able to witness the beauty inside it, this case's vast amount of storage options makes it perfect for the build. So, these are all the parts you need to make a $50,000 PC. If you decide to build this PC, you get to choose what you want to put in the optical drive bays, your OS, etc. Also, I would recommend getting a sound card because your motherboard doesn't have onboard audio. Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, hope it was what you were looking for. If it was any of these two things, please give this video a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. All the links to where you could buy these parts will be in the description. Leave all your questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, anything like that in the comments section below, along with a list of parts that you would use to build the most expensive PC possible. Again guys, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.